Hi, guys. We hope you're having a great day. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures and FS Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We're back again. We actually thought we were through with Jaden's case until court proceedings start or any news updates, things like that. And Sheila and I was talking yesterday evening and last night, and then people started emailing and questions, and I'm reading comments, and we're not done with this case.
Okay.
We're not done with this case, guys. I'm sure some of you's got questions. I know you do, because earlier I got a text and I told ever who it was that texted me. I said, stay tuned. We're making a video now. And Sheila was downloading a bunch of stuff to put on this video. And I said, there'll be a video out later on this evening. Hopefully pertains to that.
Okay.
Where's Josh?
Yeah.
Where's Josh? Where in the world is Josh? That'd be a good title for this video.
Where in the world is Josh?
Josh Gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, first we'll say everybody's innocent till proven guilty.
Absolutely.
We speculate here. We give our opinion. Our YouTube channel, and we try to be fair. We don't want to accuse nobody or slander nobody or do anything we shouldn't do. We try to do that. Now, with saying that, Josh voluntarily talked to us the other day when we talked to him and Felicia. We caught Josh and Felicia in some untruths. Sheila don't like for me to use another word. There's another word for that. When somebody's not telling you the truth, it's a
fib
lie. But she don't like that word.
Yeah.
So we caught Josh not telling us the truth on some things, or at least that puzzled us. Where is Josh? Felicia's been charged.
Mm-hmm.
Is he on the run? Is he in protective
Custody or
protective custody, witness protection? Is he what's the deal here? So we're going to discuss that. Now, we're going to discuss that with the understanding we're not accusing Josh of anything. But now again, Josh told us that he was there that night.
Sure did.
We asked, who else besides you and Felicia was here that night that saw Jaden go to bed and was here that morning when he got up? Who else besides you two? Because people on YouTube are asking. They're asking questions. Could he have been gone for a week and then school started back and they knew they had to account for him? And Josh and Felicia both said the children saw him there that evening when he went to bed that night.
Yep.
That's what they told us.
Yep.
So for Felicia to admit, confess, show them where the body is, because somebody would have to show them, and we knew that. Sheila and I knew when search all you want, we knew nothing was there. Sometimes you can be over. As a police officer, you see people flying down the road, and you pull them over for speeding. Somebody that's drunk or just committed a crime or hauling dope, you watch for them, because sometimes you can be so careful that you drive too slow. Sometimes it's as suspicious to see a person driving slow down the interstate than it is to see them zooming by. Why are they going so slow for? Why are they being so careful? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hope you stay with us, guys. We're going to go over a thing here at the end. I had a guy that evidently I'd arrested somewhere in my career, and I saw where he made a comment on one of our videos, and he said, they just make them videos so they can get clicks. Duh. Yeah, I'd hate to make videos and think that nobody was even watching them. We appreciate the people that watches our videos.
Absolutely, 100%. We couldn't do it without you all.
We wouldn't make them without thinking that maybe somebody was watching them. Now, I made a comment the other day before we show this video, this clip. Somebody said, what do y'all make these YouTube videos for? And I said, we're bored. We're bored. Guys, we started out making these videos, if you'll go back to our first ones, on the Hatfield and McCoy feud. After we retired, we thought, okay, now it's time to start correcting the Hatfield-McCoy feud. Sheila and I have written several books on the Hatfield-McCoy feud, and we started making videos where we could explain it better. And that's how we started our YouTube channel. Now it's evolved into news and investigative things and different things like that.
Adventures.
Sheila's going to play this footage, and then we're going to come back. This is the first. Go ahead, babe. Tell them what we're watching here.
The footage that I'm playing is where Fred and I went live on the way down to Jackson on the that Monday. And he is talking about the death penalty, and then he says, "For two or more involved, one will talk." So let's see. For those of you that haven't seen it.
To parents, guys, I'm going to tell you, Kentucky, and I'm speculating and I'm using my opinion. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just talking hypothetically, and I'm talking as an investigator.
Okay.
Kentucky has the death penalty. We have the death penalty, and we have that. So we use that sometimes as a tool to solve a case. Is it unusual for? There's an old saying where two or more are involved, one will talk. And that's what you've got.
Go ahead, and then I'll say something.
Where two or more are involved, one will talk. But you've got to make it worth somebody's while to talk. Let's say, hypothetically, that people are involved with the missing of Jaden. We have the death penalty. If you don't want the death penalty, then you need to roll over on the other one. We'll go after that one. You know, there's a statement that was wrote there. Go ahead with your comment.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, I kind of felt that, to be honest. Go ahead.
In the note that was shown on the news channels, so I was curious. Fred and I both caught on to that, and I'm sure you all did too. But she stated, "Do the right thing." Who is she talking to?
Who's she talking to?
What did she mean by stating "do the right thing"?
Was it just a statement,
yeah.
Or could she have been sending that towards somebody?
Yeah.
Death penalty. Guys, who was she talking to? Surely she wasn't talking to herself. Sheila and I assumed at that point, now that she's confessed, at least one person has confessed to this.
Right.
Sheila and I assumed that she was talking about Josh. Yeah. That's what we assumed.
Right.
Do the right thing. Like he had done something to Jaden. Yeah. And she's telling him, "I don't want to turn you in, but do the right thing." Now, could she have been talking to herself? Of course. Again, we're only giving our opinion, and probably wouldn't do that if Josh hadn't have talked to us personally and directly. We probably wouldn't even be saying what we're saying now, but we know from talking to Josh that Josh was not completely truthful with us. So if a person will tell you one lie, they'll tell you two or more. Now, our question today is, and probably about right now, Sheila's going to start showing you all some different photos as this video goes along. But our question is, did Josh roll over on Felicia?
Is that why we're not seeing anything about him being charged as well?
You know, guys, our audio didn't come out real good, but Sheila and I were there. We know what was said when we were discussing it with them. We saw their demeanor. We saw their body language. We saw guilt. We saw guilt. We knew that we were not getting the truth. We'd followed the tracks up on the hill there. We're going to discuss that in a minute, but just thinking maybe, just maybe, what if this child has run off? After talking to them, We realized, and we realized that for the first 6 days, because we didn't even join the search for 6 days, because we said the police are going to have to solve this case. The police are going to have to not interview, they're going to have to interrogate. They're going to have to put these two people in 2 separate rooms, and they're going to have to say, hey, first one that talks to us
Gets the deal.
Was a polygraph ever given? Was a polygraph offered and refused? See, that's where our questions was headed that day. That was some of our other questions that was going to come up before Josh cut us off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it offered and they refused? Was it
given and failed?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of things that we don't know. And I know I have people say, why don't they tell us? I don't know. Maybe it's where I've got older. There were certain things, if you're doing an investigation and police work, that you don't talk about.
Right.
But when a case is solved and when a person has given you the body and confessed, people want to know. We don't have to hold it so close to our chest that give these people, give the citizens, give the community, give the loved ones. The police work for us. The prosecutors work for us. We're all together in this. We're as interested as they are. Now that I don't have an inside scoop, when you're a police officer, you can find out things. We don't have that luxury anymore. Nobody tells us nothing. So we have to go out and find it out for ourselves. Some of it we do like this. We speculate. We talk to you guys. We look at your comments. You're some smart people out there.
That is for sure.
Very smart people. There's sometimes I look at it and I think, well, I think a policeman, somebody in law enforcement wrote this. And then the person will text or call or something. I'm thinking, shucks, that's just a regular truck driver. That's just a regular
citizen.
Very smart, ain't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've got some good remarks on things and stuff. So we're going to try our best to answer what we can, I guess.
We're going to show you some photos here in a minute and ask why, and ask if the photos are even real, if we're wrong. Maybe we've misconstrued what we're looking at. I'll tell you what we're thinking now.
Yeah.
We're thinking that after, and maybe we're putting too much, I'm sorry, I don't want to toot our horn, but
yeah,
we were the only people to interview Felicia and Josh, other than law enforcement. And we asked them some questions, hard questions. We also told them about finding Joseph Couch after, I think we said 14 days. It was actually 12 days. We'd searched 7 days. Sheila and I had been in the woods for 7 straight days. And we told them that. Josh said he hadn't heard of it. He hadn't seen it. That's unusual because very few in Kentucky didn't keep up with that case. But with that, I said, yeah, God led us to them, or the birds led us to them. And I was telling Josh, we cut some of it out because I'm so critical sometimes. I got my feelings hurt with the state police, and I get a little bit. Sheila gets on to me, and I got this knee down here against my knee, and when you see her face, you'll know that knee's working. But I'm not going to be negative here. But I was telling Josh that body was found less than 500 feet away from that blue truck. I'm pointing at his truck. You can hear some of these words in my pocket that I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I said, the state police doesn't search real good. We found a body less than 500 feet from where they was holding press conferences, from here to that truck. And the type message, it says circus. I'm saying searches. They don't search. And it says circus. And I told Josh, I said, when you go back inside, look at our YouTube channel. Look at those videos. Well, I forgot about making the video on the way up. We did a live video where we're saying, law enforcement, use that death penalty. Now, guys, the death penalty only comes in certain situations, in capital murder cases, and real drastic, a bunch of deaths are so violent that So there's certain stipulations and elements to use the death penalty. I don't mean the death penalty can be used in everything. Don't mean that it can be used in this case.
Really?
Unless, unless the medical examiner comes back with something so outrageous that it's no doubt that it was premeditated, it was planned, it was so violent and it was so deadly. But with that said, Felicia, Josh, they may not know the elements. They may not know what the law requires for the death penalty. And that's what I was wanting. I wanted, in case somebody heard that, where they could say, well, shucks, one of us is going to get the death penalty. It ain't going to be me. I love you, girl. And that's the way we're thinking. We could be wrong. We could be as wrong as we could be on the plea deal, a plea bargain in order with Felicia to find the body. That may not be. All I've got to say there to prosecutors and state police and people, if you don't want people speculating, give us some information. Don't throw us a bone. Don't throw us a bone and say, don't play with it. Just, you're a dog, but don't play with that bone there, because a dog's going to grab that bone. And that's what you're doing when you just give us a little bit of information. You make us people that's inquisitive. We want to know.
Yeah.
And we have viewers now. We've got a little YouTube channel, but we have viewers that count on Sheila and I to let them know. I know we make some people mad at us. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
You could eliminate that. We could brag on you and say, hey, what a great prosecutor, what a great state trooper, listen to them, how they're trying to tell the public what's going on, what went on in their community. That's what a person should do. This is 2025. This is not holding them cards close to your chest. I know, I feel you. But it's not. We would much rather work together, everybody, and tell us what you're. But Sheila and I are thinking another possibility is that Josh has rode over. They went in there and watched our YouTube channel, and they saw that live video where we're talking about the death penalty. And we're thinking Felicia or Josh one has come to their senses and said, hey, this is going to be bad. Now, Sheila's going to show you 3 pictures right now. 4 pictures. She's going to show you 3 pictures. 3 pictures of Felicia.
Different mugshots.
From?
In the past.
From
like 2013 to 2019, roughly.
Mugshots from the past. You're going to look at them probably right now. You're looking at each one of them. Look at the facial features real good. Look at everything real good. And then she's going to post another picture here in a second. This is her most recent photo or mugshot from being arrested and charged with killing her son, Jaden. Look at it real good. Now, guys, we got this off the newspaper, news channel, internet, wherever it come from. But look at it real good. Look at the side of her jaw, how it's swollen. Now, the reason we picked up on this is somebody had wrote Sheila and they said, can you imagine her trying to put that child in the tote and him kicking her or something, him fighting? Yeah, you can, that could be.
That could be a possibility.
But what if they had a domestic after Sheila and I left? What if they got into it, hypothetically?
Yeah.
After Sheila and I interviewed them, interrogated them, what if they got in a domestic? They watched the video. They're talking about the death penalty. They know it's serious. And then they have a fight. Because look at her eye. I could be wrong.
It is really, really, really red.
Does it look like she's been punched in the eye? Look at her mouth on the same side. I would venture to bet that if it is a domestic, that he's right-handed, because the redness is on the eye. The mouth is. So if you look at the picture there, what do you got, Sheila?
It's her left eye.
Out of her mouth.
And the right jaw.
And the right jaw is where the swollen is at, as in a possible domestic, maybe. I'm not saying that's what happened.
No, but that's what it appears to be, because you can definitely see that the jaw is definitely larger.
It looks like
swollen.
it to us.
Mm-hmm. You can see a difference.
See what it looks like to you. And again, we could be wrong.
Right.
I don't think the photo's been photoshopped because we got it from the news, one of the news channels, I believe, that evening. So that's where Sheila and I, we started looking, and we started thinking, where is Josh? Where in the world's Josh Gross?
Good question.
Disappeared? Is he on the run? Would it have really hurt Mr. Trooper Gayhart to have told us we're still looking at another suspect? We have a suspect we can't locate right now. Is that the tip? Is he the tip? Now, Gayhart said on Nancy Grace, go ahead, baby.
Nancy Grace asked him, she said, we know you got a tip. So who led you to the body? And he said the mother did herself.
The mother led him to the body. Who's the tip? Was the mother the tip too? Now that we're looking at it in a different manner, Sheila and I, was the mother the tip?
Well, the way Nancy was talking, it sounded like she was, because she said she didn't want the mom to get the money.
I know that. It sounds like that, but we're talking hypothetically, just like we did on the search.
Right.
See, some people made fun. Some people says, oh, what's wrong with him? There's no 10-year-old going to run off. Well, sorry to say, but I did when I was about 10 or 11 years old. I did. I went around the corner of the field and slept that night. I didn't go far, but kids do things. Kids do things. I had great mom and dad. I had great parents. I just didn't get a motorcycle or something, a little trail bike I wanted, and I pouted, and I thought, I'll run off. They'll get it for me. I'll come back tomorrow, and they'll be so glad to see me. They'll give it to me. I come back the next day, and I wore one of the awful whippings.
There you go.
I never ran off again.
That's right.
I never done it again. We're off subject here.
Whoops.
Look at her eye. Look at her jaw. Played the video on the death penalty. We don't recall her jaw. Guys, when we stood there talking to them, do you think that Sheila and I wouldn't have noticed a black eye or a red eye?
Yeah.
And a busted lip? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at their eyes, see if they're lying. We're looking at their body language. We're looking at their facial features. We wouldn't have noticed a swollen jaw. Sure, we would have. It wasn't there.
Right.
It wasn't there when Sheila and I talked to them. When did that come about? Or, again, is it just
us?
Is it just us reading into it?
Right.
But it certainly looks like she's got a swollen jaw, a red eye, and a busted lip. Look at it good.
You all be the judge.
Moving on. Somebody said, what kid would take the time to put his underwear in a Ziploc bag? Give us a break. They're talking about guys, we didn't know what to think. When we come up on that bag of clothing there, again, I think if it was a scent bag, why would you have all these dogs coming around a scent bag that big and all of them around the same scent bag? Dogs also smell other dogs, especially if one of them's in season or something's going on. Why would you do that? I'm not a canine officer. I didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn last night, but I would think that you would take one article, like Sheila found that little yellow bag, one article in there for that dog to smell, get on the scent. I don't think that was a scent bag, but no matter what it was, it threw us off. It threw us off. Who knows how a child would think or what he's been through. You know, some people say he would have never run off. He was scared of the dark. He was scared. Maybe he was more afraid of his mother. Maybe he was more afraid of being in that house. Again, these people have criminal records. Do your search. Do your search, and maybe it will explain things. We were just trying to look at all aspects when we're talking about, did he run away?
Mm-hmm.
As if he was being mistreated. Maybe he had been planning on this. Remember, we didn't even join the search till 6 days later because we ourselves as parents felt that those parents had something to do with that child's disappearance. However, when we found the clothing, it gave us another avenue to explore. God took us up on that hill. The tracks disappeared. We come back down, sat down, and lo and behold, the vehicle pulls up. Sheila and I, we don't have no special ability, no special quality.
Lord, no.
We go out here and we say, where he lead us, we'll follow. And sometimes we follow something. We say, what's that? Should we go there? Our plans was to go behind the house.
Mm-hmm.
God changed our plans because we went up in front of the house. Why? Because the bag of clothes was there and 2 footprints was there.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back down, we sat mainly to rest, to get our breath, but we were going to see if somebody come out of that house. Daggone, they didn't come out of the house. They pulled in the driveway in a truck that we didn't even know they owned because I could have missed this.
Mm-hmm.
But did the state police ever put anything, the vehicles? Only vehicles you ever saw on the news is that blue truck licensed in 2017 last, and the red car parked behind the house filled with trash, licensed in 2025. Licenses are good till the end of August. September.
I think you said 9.
End of September. Did anybody ever tell anybody or show a picture of Josh and Felicia driving a truck so people in the neighborhood could keep an eye out, so people could watch, so people could just be suspicious if you see this truck go by that, hey, wonder where they're going. I never saw it. I could have missed it. After talking with Josh and Felicia.
Maybe people were calling it in, though,
After talking to Josh and Felicia, we were convinced he did not run away. Now it was just a matter of finding the body. See, if he was alive, they would have brought him out. So we figured for a while though that it was going to be that's why we were looking for birds once again. Mm-hmm. If you'll hear us on our drive up there, probably should have played that, but it's okay. On our drive up there, I said, guys, listen, we're going to look for birds. It's been 6 days, 100-degree weather.
Well, we said that on our video.
But we didn't say, because we got up there and you said, I'm not seeing no birds. And I said, that's a good thing. Thank the Lord.
Right.
But on the way up there, we said, guys, he may be 4 counties over. If you see birds anywhere in Jackson, I think was my words. If you see birds, guys, be sure and go check it out.
Right.
It doesn't have to be around here.
Right.
It could be anywhere. Miles away.
Yeah.
Don't think it's a cat, a dog, a raccoon, an animal. Go check it out if you see birds in your area. I think we were getting ready to see birds. It's according to how deep that shallow grave was. Mm-hmm. Because Sheila got a whiff and we figured that was maybe something that was there in the area.
Yeah.
But now we're hearing that there was, I don't know if it's even true or not, could be a rumor. Somebody said there was a man that said he started smelling something. Well, if a man started smelling something, believe me, it wouldn't have been long till you would have seen the buzzards flying over because they would have smelled it too.
Yeah.
And then somebody would have honed in on it and said, hey, it's here. Yeah. We just got to find them.
Yeah.
Posted on JLR's comments. She called herself and confessed and took them to the body. Did she? Guys, these pictures that we showed a while ago, that was from JLR Investigates and what's her name, Sheila?
Hidden True Crime?
No, JLR.
Oh, Magnolia. Yeah, sorry, Magnolia.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Magnolia. They've been real helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But on their page, on one of their comments, it said that she confessed and took them to the body. Did she confess or did Josh turn her in? Did her and Josh both go to the lawyer and say, hey, we want to tell you something, and the attorney, good attorneys, guys, defense attorneys, that's part of, we have to have them in order for our justice system to work. People has to have fair and legal representation. Did the lawyer say, okay, let's do this. Let's let you, I'm not saying this happened. I'm speaking hypothetically. Yeah. I'm speculating. Mm-hmm. Let's let you do this. You say you done that. Mm-hmm. Where you're off the hook. You're going to serve. We're going to get you down to 10 years and you'll serve 3. That's how it works. How it used to work. I've been retired for 7 years, guys, and I've got old. Don't pay no attention to me. And then we're going back once again. I'm touching on this briefly. Fred and Sheila touched the evidence barehanded. I know if there was something wrong with this, you don't handle evidence without gloves. Fred is an ex-cop. He should have known better. Cop in the video of Fred and Sheila shows a police officer leaving and past them going to Jaden's house, and Fred and Sheila found clothing by their car. Mm-hmm. When was those clothes put there? If cop just left, why didn't the cop see those clothes? Why wasn't caution tape around the property and starting and or something stating a search had been done? That's a good question. It's insulting. They was pretty rough on us. They're insulting us, but it's a good question. It's been asked a lot. My question is, he says, why didn't the state trooper that passed us on the road, why didn't he see that bag of clothing up there? Probably did, if it's something that they're saying now is a scent bag.
Right.
But if he didn't, why didn't they see a body 500 feet from where they were holding press conferences on Joseph Couch case? Why didn't they smell the aroma from a dead body decaying over the hill less than 500 feet from where you've got reporters and holding a press conference? Why did this trooper, while we were there that evening, I'm going to stop right now, but I'm just saying, why did a trooper reach down on that last evening that Sheila and I was there before we found the body and pick up a bullet on the ground where Couch's car was parked, a .40 caliber bullet, which is what he killed himself with? And I said, what is that? And he flings it over the hill.
He sure did.
It's on video.
Yeah, he sure did.
Why is that? We don't know. So why didn't the trooper that passed us see that bag up there? I don't know. Why didn't they call us back? Would it have been that hard to call back and say, hey, McCoy, yeah, that bag is a scent bag. That bag is something we put there to see if the parents was going to come out nosing around. That bag was, would it really hurt a phone call to say, hey, here's what happened. So you won't get on your YouTube channel and misinform somebody. We're going to tell you what that bag was. We still haven't heard from them. 4 days later, we still haven't heard. You know, guys, hypothetically, now that we know at least Felicia's involved, I think, in my opinion, Josh is involved. Probably, I can probably
had
speak
to have help.
She had to have help.
My reasoning of it is, she said she accidentally, she gave him the sleeping meds and he had a medical emergency and passed away. Well, why did she try to hide the body and why did she coax the children to say something different if it was totally an accident?
What if, guys, now that we know she's the perpetrator, it's a scent bag? For all you people out there saying, it's a scent bag. Oh, it's a scent bag. It was for the dogs to get the scent. Really? How do we know Felicia or Josh or anybody didn't go out there and throw coffee grounds all over the place around it? We didn't look at it that good to see if it had anything. Josh said, had mow all over it. Well, it didn't have no mow on it. But if it had mow, good way to kill mow is Clorox. Spray some Clorox over it. Throw a Clorox. We've been whopping. We got Clorox handy wops all over the place because that's what we've been whopping down with. Guys, who told us about the bacon grease? Was
Thank
great.
you.
Got up at 3 o'clock this morning, though. Didn't want to fry no bacon. We was out of grease. So I just took a can of Spam.
No, Pam.
Pam. And I sprayed all over. And, buddy, oh, thank the Lord. We're getting some relief now.
Finally. Thank you.
So how do we know that's a scent bag? There's no trooper guarding it. There's no yellow tape around it. Do not cross. It's so important to be a scent bag, but how do we know that one of the other children's scents wasn't thrown in with it? How do we know it's laying out there beside the road? Do you really? I won't go on, but
My thing is, again, and I'm just a common person. Why didn't, if it was a scent bag, why didn't they pick it up and take that with them each time they come out or something, besides leaving it laying there to get contaminated?
was you asking me that, or are you talking to them?
Yeah, anybody.
Anybody
Anybody that's listening at this point.
In the end, isn't it good that we have Jesus to count on?
Yes.
Because stuff like this would drive a person crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Seen somebody that wrote the other day and they said, I've almost lost faith. Don't ever lose faith. He'll never leave you or forsake you. That's part of life and death. We don't know God's purpose. We don't know why things happen, but we can't lose faith.
No.
Sometimes just thinking out loud. Sheila and I, sometimes, guys, we talk and think out loud, especially doing videos, because we want you to be part of what we're doing.
Right.
Because if you're like me and you're sitting here watching videos, you're thinking, hey, won't you look over there? Won't you do this? Won't you? Just like these people says, what's he doing handling that stuff without gloves? I understand. I get where you're coming
Completely
from.
understand.
But that stuff had been there 6 days, guys. If it ain't collected by now, even if it was evidence, if they ain't collected it by now, they probably don't have the expertise or the knowledge to do anything with it if they got it. So what's the deal there? But we had a feeling that since they didn't call us back, Josh was probably lying to us or about it being, but that would have gave them a clue where they could go out and say, hey, you said this, you said we put that there. We didn't put that there. Why would you say that?
We were trying to see if they would deny or confirm.
At least he confirmed that it was out there and he knew it was there and it was Jaden's clothing. He did do that.
Yeah, because he said it was his, but he hadn't seen him and it was probably for the dogs.
Sheila and I have looked at every aspect. You can't get tunnel vision and set on one suspect. I know some of you. I heard the Hillbilly Crimes lady, guys. If we're going to commend some of these people at the end of this video, probably, but Hillbilly Crimes, and she's excellent on the Mickey Steins case. Sheila and I started out also covering the Mickey Steins case. The Mickey Steins case originally took place on September the 18th. We found Joseph Couch on September the 18th.
And his was 19th, wasn't it? Or?
Was it the 19th or was it that same evening? It was either that day or the next day.
I think it was the next
And that was
day.
sometime when she started covering Mickey Steins, and she still covers it. She lives there. That's her county.
Yeah.
Now, she mentioned and said that we lived in Letcher County. We don't live in Letcher County. We live in Casey County now. Right. We lived in Pike County at one time. We're from Eastern Kentucky, born and raised in Eastern Kentucky. But we look at every aspect of an investigation. Right. If we just focused on the parents and said, oh, they're guilty, and then they're not, then we didn't do justice. We've got to follow leads. We got to look at clues. And when we seen that bag of clothes, it threw us off because we started thinking then maybe they mistreated him so bad that he planned on running away. His grandmother died 3 months ago. He's living in torment and heck. I got ready to say, and that's okay in that respect. At least I'm not cussing. But
then again, if you look, excuse me, sorry.
No, you're done.
I'm just thinking out loud. But then again, when we went around the side of the home over there was a pile of clothes of kids' clothes and adults, looks like. Some were adults. But I mean, the purpose of them being there.
When people says, I seen one person, they said, oh, 10-year-olds don't run away, Fred. Well, guys, 5-year-olds will run away if they've been mistreated.
Yeah.
If somebody's been mistreated, so like I said, I've seen cases before where children would let their parents beat them. At least they were getting some kind of physical attention from their parents. At least they were getting attention. And we don't know that a 10-year-old, we can't speculate and say a 10-year-old wouldn't do this because we don't know what that 10-year-old, how he's been treated.
What's going through his little mind.
Until you look at people's backgrounds. Sorry, incorrect. Somebody had wrote on there that she had turned herself in 30 minutes after we had talked to her or something like that, after we'd posted our video. And I said, we went live on the way to Breathitt County discussing the death penalty and where two people were involved. One would talk for the better deal. We searched the hill nearest the bag of clothes we found. We came back down the hill and Josh and Felicia got home, talked to them, told them to watch our YouTube channel. We went to eat. We came back and they left when we arrived.
Right.
We think that is when they went to the attorney's office to begin negotiating a deal in exchange for a confession and the whereabouts of Jaden's remains. Announcement on finding the body didn't come until the following day, the next evening. We don't know where they went. They didn't stay around because we had planned on talking to them again.
Right.
And when we got out of our vehicle and got our sticks, got everything done, got ready to cross the road, they got in their vehicle and they come back around and they left. Search all you want. They didn't even stop. They just kept rolling by. I'm trying to hold the phone down to.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote and said she didn't check him for 12 hours. So if he passed away in the middle of the night, he would have been deceased in the home for several hours or more for her to concoct her alibi and get a tote to place him in. And I'm sure they didn't do it in broad daylight. I agree. We agree.
Sure.
He would have to have been in that house for a decent amount of time. Did the dogs hit on the house or on Josh's truck or on any vehicle?
Right.
We assume, and we've been told that somebody saw a truck with shovels in it. Is that true? We don't know. State police may find out. And I put, we think so also. If her story is true, so she either lied again or the cadaver dogs are worthless. One or the other. We know the dogs, they ran dogs all over the top of the hill there and around his car and all that. They must not have went down far enough, or they had a dog that wasn't trained that well because they didn't pick up on Joseph Couch. They had several dogs here looking for Jaden. Why didn't a cadaver dog pick up inside the house if he was in there for 12 hours or 10 hours or 8 hours and he's dead? And especially, why didn't they pick up on, did the state police even put a dog? That'd be nice to know. Did the state police ever run a dog through the back of, or the front
of the truck?
Of the truck.
Yeah.
This mother doesn't represent how we in Kentucky. Guys, there was somebody on there bad-mouthing Kentucky. Now listen, you can't pick a state other than Florida. That's my two favorite states. You can't pick a state no better in the United States, a place to live, than the state of Kentucky and the people in Kentucky. Now, I've seen people comment on trash piles, on how trashy that house was and the trash around it. And guys, I go live tube all the time, live cams, and especially Philadelphia and places like that, Skid Row in Los Angeles. Yeah. Look anywhere. That's not just places, some places in Kentucky. Those places are in California. Those places are all over. And I just brought up California, so Sheila can comment about what happened in California yesterday.
Evidently, there's a.
I think it was California. I could be wrong.
No, I think it is California. There's a 7-month-old who's now missing.
Sheila's been busy editing videos, guys. It takes a lot to put these videos together. And but what we're saying here, it doesn't matter from California to New York. There's trash dumps, there's ghettos, and there's bad people. So it's not just Kentucky.
No.
Somebody was commenting on the panda eyes where he's got the dark circles underneath his eyes. Guys, we're not insulting anybody by that, because there's a saying in social work and especially in police work that the child or the person had panda eyes.
Guys, to be honest, I have them.
The dark circles around their eyes. I wasn't going to say nothing, but Sheila puts a lot of makeup over hers to try to, it embarrasses her because she's had them all of her life probably, but It's not only for abused children. We're not saying everybody that's got panda eyes is abused or malnourished, because that's the two things: malnourished, abused, or hereditary.
Yeah.
Something in your body, iron or something that you're in. It doesn't mean that everybody that's got panda eyes is abused.
Exactly.
But when you've got a parent that's been in jail twice, charged twice, served a year once for abusing a child, you've got a child that looks like that, and he's holding his hands. That's the way nervous children do. Plus, now this child is supposed to be not autistic, but ADHD or something.
Autistic.
Maybe. Is he autistic?
From what I can understand.
So that you put all those elements together and you come up with child abuse, not just malnourished. Somebody said he had them when the grandmother. I don't see them. We've looked at other pictures. When the grandmother had him, he was a happy, healthy, a lot heavier.
Yeah. And we'll put the two pictures there so they can look at him and compare.
Thank you. I wish you'd do that. The child has been mistreated. The child has been neglected. The child has been abused. Why? If the case went back to social services, and it should have, from my experience, I've been out 7 years.
Okay.
If that child was ever in the system and somebody died or something happened, they would go back to court. Social services would show up. The lawyer that's been appointed to that child would show up, and they would determine where that child goes to next.
Where's the best
foster
place
care,
for him? Okay.
back to a relative. Something happened. You don't send a child to his death. You don't send a child back home to a parent that has been charged twice, at least twice.
Child endangerment.
Served a year for one of the charges, and you're going to send them back to that home. You know, guys, there was a comment where, just like Sheila and I, people says, oh, I would have taken him. I would have raised him. I don't have much, but I would have been good to him. And that's true. For all you parents out there that ever think about doing something as silly as this, please call somebody and say, hey, I've got a child and I can't make it right now, or I want to go out and party and have a good time in life. Will you take this child? Call somebody. There's people lined up that would give them a good home.
Yeah.
Instead of going out like a wrecking ball. Guys, the last comment I've got.
Okay.
Somebody used to say, when we on that Joseph Couch's case, they'd say, why do you tell everybody you was a cop for 40 years? Well, one thing, I'm proud of it. A long time to serve in the same profession. I also, in those 40 years, I put a lot of people in jail. I charged a lot of people, wrote a lot of tickets. I done my job. And I get comments like this every now and then. And as long as there's no foul language and this and that, and it's halfway truth, I'll leave it. So this guy here is posted. I know Fred and Sheila. They live in the same town as I live in the same town as them. First, I do not want to take away from the horrific tragedy.
Okay.
But when it comes to these two people, see, you're insulting my wife. My wife didn't put this guy in jail or write him a ticket or whatever he's upset about. Sheila, you're blaming the wrong person. But when it comes to these two people, that they are not the police. Guys, I've been retired 7 years.
Never said we were.
We don't say we're the police. We're retired. They are not the FBI. I have no desire. Maybe now, maybe under Cash Patel, I wouldn't mind claiming the FBI for all the agents that's out there now. But in the past, under Coomey and Sessions, I feel you. McCabe, Ray, who wants any connection to the FBI during those administrations? Not a PI, private investigator, or any kind of law enforcement. We're not. Sorry, guys, we're not involved in law enforcement. Fred used to be the town constable. I had encountered him some. I have encountered him some, no doubt, because this guy evidently don't like Fred. I was never a town constable.
Exactly.
Somebody else put on that I was a retired Kentucky state trooper. I've never had no desire to be a state trooper, or was I ever a state trooper? I worked for the Pike County Sheriff's Department during the 80s for almost 10 years. I turned into sheriff. I was a deputy sheriff and promoted to detective. Worked 3 years undercover drugs and found out our sheriff was corrupt. protecting drug dealers, along with being protected by the Commonwealth attorney at the time. They got a great Commonwealth attorney there now, but at the time, he was connected right in. In fact, some of you heard me comment about a certain politician and how he left office, and that's why, because after we turned this sheriff in for corruption, he was on the news bragging on the sheriff on what a good person he was and how honest. He knew better than that. And that's why I have no sympathy on him now, because he left office in disgrace, taken up for a criminal. So we turned in the sheriff, my partner and I. My partner was a Hatfield. We're original Hatfields and McCoys from the feud families.
Mm-hmm.
We worked together. We had gone to an FBI agent on the sheriff, 2 FBI agents, and both of them, one of them went to prison for killing his informant that we went to. The other one got a guy out of prison and made him an informant. He went and killed 6 more people. He's on death row right now.
Yep.
Robert Foley.
Yeah.
So we didn't pick we're not too smart. I go along with this guy. I'm not too smart, because that's who we picked to go to turn the sheriff and corruption in. Now, state police come in there later on, special investigations, and there was a couple of convictions, several retired, resigned.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like it could have been or should have been, but politics played a big role with the state police. I went on to come to a small town in central Kentucky, Houstonville,
Mm-hmm.
police chief for a couple of years, a little small one-horse town. Went to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department, worked for 6 years. Went back to the Houstonville Police Department. My sheriff retired.
Mm-hmm.
I ran for sheriff, didn't get it. I was a pretty good police officer. I was pretty stern.
I was.
Good. I made friends out of the decent people. The decent people liked me. The other ones didn't. I retired there, so I was in Houstonville for 30 years, either police chief or deputy sheriff. And that was the extent of my career, other than getting out of the Marine Corps and working auxiliary police officer for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Police Department in Florida. I didn't work for them. I was an auxiliary, volunteered, just to get my foot in the door.
To get started, yeah.
He likes to throw his authority around, what little authority he had. He had a very big ego, just because he found a man that went on a shooting spree and injured people tragically in Kentucky. They actually found him dead in the woods. He thinks he is a real PI. He is in a 25 minutes of fame and money. He did get a cash reward for finding the man dead in the woods. He is not a policeman. He needs to mind his own business and let the real police do their jobs. He also does this to get views on his channel. People need to know this. He is always on YouTube in front of a camera. I'm retired. I said we was bored, and we are, but we do it for views. I'm sorry, guys. We do like to get the clicks. We do like to conversate with you. We do like to. There was something he said there I wanted to comment on, but it's probably down below here too. Sorry you feel that way, I wrote. Please enlighten us as to your identity and past criminal history. Did I place charges on you at some point in my career? Please elaborate. If you're going to be man enough to come out and call somebody names, or at least tell who you are, tell what the circumstances are. Surely you hate me for something. It's not hard to see your disdain for me and my career. Did I beat you? Did I plant drugs on you? Did I file false records or reports in order to convict you of something? Explain what I did that would make you have so much dislike. In 40 years, I have arrested thousands. Some are still in prison today. Were they guilty of a crime? Of course. Of course they were. I didn't put innocent people in jail. Was I wrong for doing my job? You say I have an ego. If you mean proud of my 40-year career and the way I did my job, I guess I have an ego. I'm very proud that I never shot anybody. I never handcuffed anybody and beat them while handcuffed. I've had to fight with a few, but when the cuffs go on, the hands come off. I've never professed to be a great investigator. In fact, what Sheila and I do in these cases is simply show up and say, "Lead us, Lord."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where we need to go.
Exactly.
Sometimes he leads us, sometimes he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the glory is God's, not ours.
Exactly.
So evidently, I've got on the wrong side of this guy. I've done that sometimes in life. I don't regret it. I did my job.
You did it right, just, fair, and fair. You were a good
And
police officer.
so I just wanted to respond to that. So we all got people that, and again, like I say, there's some mean people out here on YouTube, and that's okay. We're tough. I'm tougher than I act. I don't know what happened to me after Joseph Couch deal.
The good Lord. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We hope you're having a good day. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. God bless. Bye.
Hey guys, Sheila and I were just talking. Now supposed to have court tomorrow, according to the
Monday,
docket.
August 18th. Mm-hmm.
August 18th, tomorrow. It's supposed to have a preliminary hearing.
Mm-hmm. And she'll be there.
It says she'll be there. Now the hearing will be in Breathitt County, and she's in Hazard. She's in Perry County Jail, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have to transport her for this preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing in Kentucky, what that is, that the judge holds a hearing and to determine whether there's enough probable cause to send this case to a grand jury. The grand jury, 12 people will decide, at least 9 of them, if there's enough evidence, enough probable cause to indict, to go to a jury, to go to a circuit court.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, I could be wrong. I speculate on a lot of things. I spent a lot of years in law enforcement, and that doesn't mean everything always goes the same. Or I look for her and her attorney to waive the case to the grand jury. I don't think that she'll be there. I don't think they'll transport. I think that the attorney will show up in court on her behalf.
Okay.
And go ahead, because she's already had her arraignment. She's already pled not guilty. That's the first thing you would do, is have an arraignment, guilty or not guilty. Of course, she pled not guilty because now the attorneys get together, and this is where they start working out either a plea deal or set it for trial. Or in this case, a preliminary hearing. After the preliminary hearing, then that's when they would start working on the trial. I look for them to waive the case to the grand jury. Okay. When they waive it to the grand jury, the prosecutor, the Commonwealth attorney, will file what's called an information. And that's the same as an indictment. That gets her into circuit court, felony court here in Kentucky. And then they'll take it from there to start preparing it for trial or discovery and all these different things that they do. Sheila and I were going to go to Breathitt County tomorrow, but we've decided not to. We think by the time we get there, and if there is a hearing, there's no signal there, so we'd have to come all the way home to do a update on it, so you guys will know what's going on. So we'd be better off to stay here and watch the local news, because they have the hot spots, or what's some things called?
The Starlink.
Starlink, yeah, where they can go straight to. We don't have that.
Well, I think they have those little satellite things on their trucks.
Yeah, but just as soon as we hear what happens tomorrow, we'll do a short video and put it out so you can keep up with it. And guys, one thing we did want to do.
Right, we want to thank people.
We want to thank some people. There's probably more than that. First, we want to say that anyone that wants to use our content, we get so many calls and texts, and especially from TV news people and stuff, and they say, "Do you mind? Can we send you a form to fill out? Can you? We have permission to show your video." You don't have to ask to use our content. Anybody's welcome to use our content that wants to. Guys, we don't do this for we don't make gas money for what we spend on gas to go places from YouTube, from our videos. We don't have that many viewers.
And that's okay. But
yeah, that's okay. Yeah. It's building up, though. It's definitely building, and we do want viewers, and please share and like and all that. But here's the people here. Sheila will go over them.
Well, we would like to thank Hillbilly Crime.
Elizabeth.
She did a wonderful job on her video of us and reporting it. And we appreciate that, her sharing our video and talking about it.
And guys, we'd like to tell you to go to Hillbilly Crime.
Mm-hmm. Go to her channel and watch her and subscribe.
Her YouTube channel, because if anybody's covering, we're doing a video here shortly on Mickey Steins. We've got behind, and we just do one every now and then. Mm-hmm. And he just had a bond hearing, which I thought was outrageous, but you'll get to hear that. But she's from Letcher County.
Right.
She covers Mickey Steins and Judge Mullins from the start. From that day it happened, she's been on this case, and she's done extensive investigative.
She's done a good job.
Yeah. So go to Hillbilly Crimes page.
Mm-hmm. Next is JLR Investigates. JLR and Magnolia do a fantastic, amazing job as well. They showed our video there, and we appreciate that. So if you've not been to his page, go to his page. Please subscribe to him and watch his videos.
We met JLR Magnolia September of last year while we were doing a search for Joseph Couch. We'd been out in the woods all day searching, and we'd actually been looking for buzzards and vultures.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking, well, it's been 7 days now in this hot weather. There should be some buzzards. And when we come out, lo and behold, we looked up on the cell tower hill, and there was about 5 buzzards. And we come down the road, and there's some guy down there in the middle of the road with a camera in his hand.
Yeah.
And I pulled up, and Sheila and I asked, did you see the buzzards? And he said, no, didn't see them. And where he was standing, he couldn't, because they were on the other side. And I said, yeah, look over here. And he come over and looked, and he said, oh, yeah, there's buzzards there. And he's a YouTuber out of Florida. They are good people. And he's on top of stories that you'll see stories on his page before you see them on the news. So on his channel. So JLR Investigates.
Mm-hmm. The next one is Law and Crime Network. We did an interview
with Chris.
I forget his last name.
And I forget her name, but that was two of the nice.
Fisher is the lady that contacted us.
That was two of the nicest people that we've ever talked to. So Law and Crime Network on YouTube.
Yep. And the Hidden True Crime.
Hidden True Crime. I can't think of her name. We just found that channel a couple of days ago, and she did a really good job showing the video and explaining things and stuff. So we thank you for sharing our video as well. So go check out. And anybody else. Now we've had comments where they said Dolly.
Oh, wow.
Clutch your pearls.
Clutch something.
Clutch your pearls.
Yeah. So go check them out.
Thank you, guys.